This young man's name is Bobby Fischer. He is 15 years old. And listen to this. Already, he is the United States chess champion. And I don't mean teenage champion, youngsters champion. He has defeated the masters. He is the top ranking of the United States champion in chess. And I just think it's fantastic. How long have you been playing?
I learned it when I was 6.
Wow. When you were 6.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful chess game of Bobby Fischer. And in this chess game, Bobby Fischer is playing with the black pieces, and his opponent is a player named George Kramer. And who was George Kramer? Kramer won the New York State Championship in 1945. In 1951 and in 1952, he won the Manhattan Chess Championship. And in 1964, 67, and in 1969, he won the New Jersey State Championship. So Kramer was a strong player. And this game was played in 1957 in New York. In the 1957-1958 United States Chess Championship, and Bobby Fischer was the youngest player to win the United States Chess Championship. He was the youngest American chess champion ever. And George Kramer starts the game with playing knight to f3, knight to f6, g3, g6, bishop to g2, bishop to g7. So Kramer is playing the King's Indian attack. Fischer is playing the King's Indian defense. We have d3, d6, and both players castled. e4, c5, c3, knight to c6, knight to e1, rook to b8, f4, knight to e8, bishop to e3, bishop to d7, knight to d2, b5, e5. So Bobby Fischer captures the pawn, bishop takes on c5, e takes on f4, rook takes pawn. Kramer doesn't want to spoil the pawns, which is protecting the king. We have knight to c7, rook to f1, b4, queen to c2, b takes on c3, pawn takes pawn, knight to b5. The pressure is on c3. Fischer is attacking on c3. So Kramer is defending d4. Rook to c8, lining the rook with the queen. Running away, queen to b2. And this is the position, so can you guess the next move of Bobby Fischer? What would you do in this position if you had the black pieces? Fischer played a very beautiful move. And actually, he played the strongest move in this position. Well, Bobby Fischer played knight takes on c3, sacrificing the knight, queen takes on c3, and then knight takes on d4. So Kramer played queen to b4. So bishop takes on d4, rook takes on c3, queen to b4, knight to e2 by Fischer, that's check, king to h1. So everything is more clear now. You see why Bobby Fischer sacrificed the knight. And Fischer played rook takes on c5, queen takes on c5, bishop takes, rook on a1. And after these complicated variations, Bobby Fischer has 2 extra pawns, and black is winning. We have knight from e to f3, bishop to g7, rook to e1, attacking the knight, knight to c3, and finally Kramer captures the pawn, queen takes on a7, but Fischer has 1 extra pawn and still black is better. We have bishop to e6, a3, queen to d6, queen to a5, bishop to d5, knight to b1, Rook to a8, attacking the queen. Queen to b4 and exchanging the queens. So Fischer has one extra pawn. Simplifying the game favors for black. We have bishop takes on f3. Knight takes on c3. Fischer played a move, and Kramer resigned. Well, Bobby Fischer captured the bishop. And this is the final position of this game. If king takes on g2, bishop takes on c3, and black is a piece up, this is completely losing for white. And let's get back to the position. So after bishop takes on f3, if bishop takes bishop, then rook to a1. And how to defend the knight? Well, there is no way. So king to g2 and rook takes on b1. And still black is a piece up, and this is losing for white. So we have bishop takes on f3, knight takes on c3, bishop takes on g2. And white had enough. So in the United States Chess Championship, I believe this was one of the most beautiful chess games of Bobby Fischer in the tournament, which he became the United States Chess Champion. What a great success, what a great victory for young Bobby Fischer. He was only 15 years old at that time. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.